Alright guys, welcome back to Star Trek Online. I am still in the middle of continuing my story with the Cardassian struggle. We just finished, I believe it was Jabberwocky, and now we're headed to the factory.
Prepare to discover the ultimate. Reveal the location of the city. Out. There appears to be some alliance between the True Way and the Dominion. We cannot allow them to join forces.
Alright, let's see what we got. So, you can either get yourself some Polaron weapons, but I'd probably strongly suggest not. I don't really see the problem with them. It's just the career-specific Rare Mach 6 kit reward just seems more tempting to me, in my opinion. You can do it. You guys can do what you want, but that's what I'm going for. Alright, let's go ahead and transwarp. Alright, so it brings us to the Davos system, and we are going to hit begin. If I recall right, this one is a mixture of space battles, and inside the factory you'll get to fight a couple of Jem'Hadar. And I think Cardassians, but I don't remember too well, unfortunately. Also, there is an event going on right now. Make sure you snag that up if you're doing the yearly progression to get the rewards. This one will be like your defining factor of how much you have left at the end of it. Either you finish the whole thing or you have to use Z points or Zen points to get the rest of the bar filled out. There also is another thing coming up soon. Unparalleled is our next episode in the saga of the alternate universe board. That's coming out on the 28th of March. And June, I don't know exactly when for consoles, so just keep that in mind. There's a huge gap between PC and console. Alright, let's see the pad again. Nah, I'm pretty sure I got a good idea what's going on. Acknowledged. Alright, so we got a few Jem'Hadar tac ships. I'm going to go ahead and go full impulse, pop my buff, drop out of full impulse, and torpedo spread. Oh, wow. That didn't kill him yet. Alright, fine. That did. So we're doing a little bit better after we got a couple of our items, or gear upgraded rather. So the way I'm working right now is I'm using cannons. So they only have an arc of 45 degrees. So most of your fighting is going to be facing your enemy. If you want to use phasers, you can actually broadside on either side, which might be a little bit easier for someone who's starting out. I just happen to have a little bit of experience knowing what to do with cannons. But yeah, you can choose various different weapon types as far as plasma, polaron, tachyon, I hope I said that right, phaser, and of course we have plasma. So just go ahead and take a look at the different types and the differences between phaser arrays and turrets and cannons. So yeah. Oh yeah, you do get to fight Cardassians. Alright. Oh yeah, also be careful about exploding ships. They can and will do damage to your shields and hull. Depending on the percentage of resistance you have. Let's see here. But yeah, for those that want to go in hard and fast, I'd probably suggest phasers for your first time. Almost there. So like the only downside to cannons is very minimal. Like considering the arc that you have and what type of abilities you have in your seat for your bridge officers will dictate how much damage you do to one or multiple enemies. The plus side with phasers, on the other hand, is you have more of a group attack basis rather than single target. I don't really know how to explain it too well, but cannons are basically meant for single target use, and you can do multiple targets with a ability. Let's see here. Actually, I'm gonna pop that up real quick so you know what I'm talking about. So if you go down to your bridge officers and go to skills, you have cannon rapid fire, which is like a higher crit chance. Let's see here. Yeah, increases your attack by 50%. And it fires a steady stream of cannon fire. So, but there is a widespread version of that called scatter volley, which will hit up to 3 targets. But with fire at will, you can hit up to, let's see here. I don't think it tells you how many. Up to 4. Okay. I think. It hits 2 random targets per pulse. So 2 targets, 2 targets, 2 targets. Yeah. I'm going on about it. I don't really need to. Let's go ahead and beam down. Anyway. Yes, beam down. Sometimes it'll double. I don't know why it does that. I know there's some things that people say a lot better than I do. So I'd probably suggest going on to Casual Sab's account on YouTube, seeing what he has for different various layouts. And MC Stu, he's pretty good at that too as well. I'd probably follow him as well. And Stu's 1701, he has a really awesome channel, and I would probably suggest checking him out as well. All right, let's go ahead and take out this Jem'Hadar. So the unique challenge with Jem'Hadar is that they have a stealth ability that shields them in a shroud. They'll become untargetable for 5 seconds, I think. But once they get too close, you can spot them and shoot them. They kind of just run at you anyway. I think the only enemy in the game that I know for a fact a lot of people had trouble with, or at least trouble for the first time around, is the let's see here if I recall there, the Naku, which eventually we'll get to. They're a pain in the butt. They have radiation and toxic attacks that will poison you. They have shields that create doubles or decoys. and you can't kill them until the decoys are gone, which you have to target them. It's all around annoying. Tholians, on the other hand, I think the only problem with them is the amount of armor they have on ground when they're in a oxygen-rich environment, because they kind of need a hot suit, if I recall right, to keep their bodies from cracking or falling apart. However, that doesn't mean they're hard to fight, so you just gotta hit them harder than they hit you.
Greetings. I am very glad to meet you. I am Naaman, a Vorta scientist, and servant of the Founders and the Dominion, of course. Oh my, yes.
Oh, shoot.
I have a proposition to which I hope you shall be amenable. I serve a founder named Loss. He is one of 100 founders sent here to the Alpha Quadrant. His actions have placed me in a bit of a moral conundrum that I hope you can help me unravel.
So we have the choice of a Vorto with moral conundrum. I didn't realize you had morals. Or please go on. I think I'm gonna say please go on because like we're trying to make or establish communication here.
Loss was the first of these Alpha Quadrant founders to emerge. He located and gathered the others into a new Great Link. However, he has not seen fit to tell these founders that the war with the Dominion is over, and that the Great Link is alive and well in the Gamma Quadrant. Instead, he has convinced them that you solids exterminated the Great Link, and are attempting to exterminate these founders as well.
So why do you continue to serve laws? If you serve laws, why have you chosen to betray them? Or him, rather. What do you do here? Alright. You know what, I'm just going to skip all this because these are like optional questions that you can ask to get more details. If you're playing this mission, you're on this point, I would go ahead and check them out. Just to see what it's all about. I already know about it. I kind of already went through this. So I'm just going to go ahead and skip to what is this deal you propose.
Loss keeps me away from the new Link. They have been raised on his deceits, and so will be utterly convinced that you are attempting to exterminate them. I believe we can help each other. You can free me and take me to the new Link, where I can explain to the Founders the truth. That the Dominion still exists, and that you are not hunting them to extinction.
Uh-huh. What's the catch?
Oh, I do not like the word catch. It sounds so mercenary. But yes, my price is Loss's life. After I reveal the truth to the new Link, you must allow them to mete out their justice. I cannot jeopardize the life of a founder under any circumstances.
Very well. Come with us. Alright, so... Acknowledge.
I'll be glad to get out of here. These Alpha Jem'Hadar don't understand the proper respect owed to a Vorta.
So, I would strongly suggest checking out DS9, Deep Space Nine, Star Trek. Watch the episodes in its entirety, the entire seasons, to get a good idea of what the Dominion is, what Vorta are, and what Jem'Hadar are, if you haven't already. If you have, basically what's going on here is there's a split faction that's trying to start a war with the Federation in declaration of the idea that they've destroyed the Dominion and destroyed the Great Link, which isn't the cost.
Intruders! I'll put up a force field. You dump the data.
And they're trying to destroy evidence that they were ever here.
We've got to stop the first before he deletes all the data.
Ah, crap. Alright, let's go ahead and lower the force field here. And we take these guys out.
Excellent. I shall retrieve the coordinates.
Alright, so from here on out, Newman is going to go ahead and get the coordinates over here. We're going to be bombarded by Jem'Hadar and Cardassians alike, so just kind of set up a perimeter here at the bottom of the stairs. They're going to show up here and here, and sometimes right here. So, if you're an engineer, what I would strongly do is set up a whole bunch of mines here and your turret right up front, so about where mine is right now, which I don't have any control over that. That's one of my bridge officers. It's just like an almost unpenetrable force. I love being engineer. I kind of wish I did select engineer, but tactical seemed fitting for the alien that I am right now. I'm a Andorian. Yeah, also don't forget to pop your buffs. Like, I'm pretty bad at it myself, so don't feel bad if you forget yourself, so it happens. Just pay attention to the cooldowns. Oh man, nah. Alright. Alright, I think that's all of them, so you can go ahead and pick these items up if you want to. You don't have to. They're good to sell or have regardless. The only thing you don't really need, unless you're a Jem'Hadar, is the Ketracel light. I have no idea if they sell on the exchange.
It will take some time to decrypt, but I recommend we depart as quickly as possible.
Because we're blowing this place up, baby. So if I recall right, this station or facility is a place that produces Ketracel White, which is a highly addictive drug that is used to subjugate and control the Jem'Hadar. But I think even without that, they probably still would have served the founders regardless. I believe that the medication, or well, the drug was specifically catered as a, what do you call it? A contingency plan for the founders. Because without the drug, there's a likely possibility that Jem'Hadar would like fade away and slowly die due to withdrawal. Alright, and then you just blow the place up.
are so quick to blow things up. Such a waste. That factory might have come in handy someday.
For the Dominion, yeah. You can play as a Jem'Hadar, by the way. I'll probably go ahead and show you that after this quest here. I keep forgetting I have those.
Angered the Jem'Hadar. Of course, they always seem a bit angry, don't you think?
Uh-huh. Alright, so we got one on radar. Deflector? Radar? Don't forget to rotate your shields as much as you can, especially if you don't have any ability to heal or restore shields. By doing that, you just click the center of your health bar or your hull bar. That's a little broken. It's happened once before, actually. Still not entirely sure why it does that. Alright, hatch them through.
I have completed the decryption of the data we recovered. The new link appears to lie in the Orias system. I have transferred the coordinates to your helm. I want to thank you for your service to the Dominion. I also want to remind you of our agreement, namely, that Loss, or any other founder for that matter, is not to be killed by you.
I remember, Neiman. I hope I don't come to regret making this arrangement. Alright, so we depart system, and I think this is the end of the factory. Yeah. Alright, so the next mission is going to be,
Congratulations on destroying the facility. That should cripple the Alpha Jem'Hadar for the time being. But we need to make contact with this new link. Hopefully Naaman can convince them of the truth before it's too late. Keep a close eye on him. We may have a treaty with the Dominion, but that doesn't mean I trust them. Aborta's first loyalty will always be to the Founders.
So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and grab that career-specific rare kit.
How can I help?
Congratulations.
Alright. And that will open up the next mission, which is the new link. I'm gonna go ahead and grab it.
Naaman has decrypted the coordinates for the new link. They designate a location in the Alpha Quadrant, in the Orias system. This changeling named Loss has deceived the other changelings in his link into thinking we are exterminating them, and that we massacred the Gamma Quadrant changelings as well. You must have Naaman help you convince them of the truth.
Alright, for this we get Chronoton weapons and Resonating Tetrion. I'm probably not going to make use of any of that, but it is up to you to do so if you want to. I'm going to go ahead and accept the mission though, however, and I'll continue the next mission in the next episode. But for now, I'm just going to show you a couple of changes that I made to the skill tree. I went all out on both advanced projectile and energy weapon. I went full out max capacity because there's an ability that you can get called Tyler's Duality, which will help increase your damage the higher your hull is. I also popped 2 into Impulse Expertise, 1 into Control Expertise, and all 3 into Targeting. After that, I started on Weapon Amplification and Improved Specialization. I'm going to go ahead and increase the Amplification here. For the odd job points, I just picked Battery Expertise, which will increase the rate in which your battery or device is affects by 100%, and it increased duration as well. I went for hanger weaponry on this one because I do have the Scorpion fighters, so that will help a little bit. But if you do happen to get a hanger for one of your ships, your hanger pets will deal an additional 10% damage from all sources. I've also selected Projectile Critical Chance. This increases the chance that your torpedo or mines will hit crit. And severity, however, is a little bit different. This is the degree of crit that you will do. So it takes way more to get any idea of change for that. So you want critical chance up as much as possible, and then go for critical severity if you can. After that, I think I'm gonna slap on where is it, right here, max hull capacity. Then I'm grabbing critical chance here for energy. After that, I'm probably going to do my accuracy rating and then go ahead and fill those out. This is all later down the road. So as far as ground is concerned, there's a lot of people that will tell you the only thing that really matters is your weapon proficiency and your kit performance. This just improves your damage overall. It doesn't have anything to do with any of the endurance or shield expertise, but I would probably stick with this setup. It's just fill all this out, fill all that out, and you're golden. Because the more damage you do on ground it will increase the likelihood that you survive. I've learned the hard way, so if you feel like you can find a better solution, go ahead, check it out, see what you can find. Let me know in the comment section below if you really want to or not. It's up to you. But I would strongly suggest that. From here, it doesn't really matter up until willpower and device expertise. I think Casual Sab said go device expertise. This will increase the effectiveness of most consumable devices. Each point of device mastery skill grants a 0.5% bonus to effectiveness of devices when activated, which is great. It's just, for me, I went with willpower. This increases your ability to resist incoming control effects that include the following: disable, stun, root, knock, back, repel, pull, confuse, palcate, and palcate? I don't know. And run speed divas, which does happen, but not as often as you think. I just don't have a whole lot of devices that I use other than the ones that I have on the bar. Go ahead and hit improved aim. That means every time you hit, what was it, X, I believe it is, you'll have a stronger chance of accuracy and damage bonuses for all weapon types. Improved crouch kind of just increases your dodge chance, which doesn't really happen that often. Again, it doesn't matter with this one. Fatal Fist, I would probably suggest if you're using melee weapons, like if you're a Klingon warrior or a guy that likes using close range combat weapons, go ahead and grab that. But more times than not, I'd probably grab the speed buff, Furious Footwork. Attacks with melee grants you 20% run speed for 5 seconds. This effect is refreshed by each subsequent attack instead of stacking. So it just gives you a quick buff so you can run through the map a little bit faster and get through the mission quicker. But yeah, I'd probably go ahead and hit Fatal Fist. That doesn't matter. I would go ahead and improve flank damage, but I've been using improved flank resistance because I get flanked more times than not. Depending on your situation, either one is fine, in my opinion. But if you know what you're doing, you can take advantage of the field, go for improved flanking. If you're not sure, if you don't know, if you have any kind of a doubt in your mind of being able to flank your enemy, go ahead for improved flank resistance. This will help in the long run a lot. After that doesn't matter. But this one, absolutely, hands down, 100% offensive mastery. Go for that. Don't bother with defensive mastery unless you're going full tank. No one goes full tank as far as I can tell. All of the players in this game have been full out damage, so I would stick with that. So we're on New Link. I'm gonna go ahead and show you what the Jem'Hadar looks like, and then I'll call it. But yeah, let's see here. I have a lot of characters. I have a lot of characters. One that is my main is Red here. After that, this was my first character, Wesley. Yeah, I know. Shut up, Wesley. I get it. He's been here since day one. Grelka is new. She's a Klingon warrior. I have Whitney. I just started her. She's also actually, she's not. Okay, never mind. Nisha is the first time I got a hold of Join Trill. I got Douglas, which is my Borg character that you unlock with lifetime subscription. But yeah, here we go. Honored First, Duratan. I can't remember if you are... I think he's the new... Wait, do I have another Jem'Hadar? I don't think I do. What does a badge look like? Okay. Yeah, that's the Jem'Hadar I got. I thought I had two. Apparently not. But when you start off a Jem'Hadar during one of the events, you'll get a icon right here in the corner. I don't know if you can see that. But this is Klingon operative. This is a temporal officer. Wesley is, anyway. Then you have Delta officers, which will pop up every now and then. So be sure to grab that when you can. I have 2 Delta officers, actually. Okay. But yeah, temporal officers, I think, have to do with the TOS era, if I recall right. I don't know if you automatically get temporal. But if you do, awesome. Take advantage of that, because the more missions you do, the more side quests you do, and the more projects that they have for temporal officer, the more you get for your whole account. So if you have multiple characters like I do, take advantage of the Klingon operatives, take advantage of the temporal operative, and definitely take advantage of your Delta officers. Those will give you a lot of materials such as R&D, marks for different reputations and fleet. You also get a lot of energy credits. You name it. It will all unlock for every character that you start. And as soon as you reach level 20, you can talk to... Actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and hop on Red real quick and show you the officer you talk to if you're Starfleet. Each different faction, Romulan, Klingon and Starfleet officers, as well as Jem'Hadar, depending on if you're Klingon or Starfleet, will have these officers to talk to. So for Starfleet, you go ahead and dock. Go ahead and dock on Earth Space Dock, which is in the Sol system. So if you get confused, just hit your warp and go to the Sol sector. Sol system. There we go. So you head down this way, turn immediately, and you'll see him right here. Temporal Agent Philip Cray. When you talk to him,
how can I assist you today?
you can open up your rewards, and all your Delta claims will be here. Temporal will be here. I already have it all, so there's nothing to pick up at the moment. Gamma will be here, which is your Jem'Hadar officer, and your Klingon recruits will be here. So grab that. Each officer, Klingon recruit, Delta, Gamma, and Temporal will all have their different jobs and hit lists that you need to go through to claim all those prizes. So I'll give you an example of what that looks like. So let's go ahead and log in on Wesley. So this will be the last thing I tell you guys before I log off. Yeah, so when you start off an officer and get through the tutorial, you'll be given a device. Where is it? Right here. The Paradox Corrector. Or, wait, no, that's not it. Never mind. That's actually an item that you get when you unlock. My bad. Right here. There it is. Temporal Transponder. So, complete missions to rank up your captain. So, rank 10, you get a claim, 20, 30, 40, 50, and 60, respectively. Specialization. So, all the specialization points from your skill tree right here, every point you spend in any one of these will add to your specializations here. So you have 1.5, 15, and I think one primary specialization, and then spend 45 specialization points altogether, respectively. Then you have your R&D performance, which is level 1, level 5, and Mach 15, re-engineer. Then you have all the episodes that you have to play through to gain any of the claims, which I already did. Admiralities, level 1, 5, 10, 10 times 2, which means so all the admiralities that you have. So let's go ahead and go to here. Your roster for your duty officers is the same as the admiralty. So you just hit plan, add ships, and launch. So that's your admiralities. You just have to get all 3 to max out your admiralities. Reputation, you just grind level tier 1 all the way to 6. You need to get at least 5. No, you need to get at least 10 up to tier 5 and 1 to tier 6. Duty officers, just keep slamming on them until you get these. That's the best advice that I have. Join a fleet, which is relatively easy to do. All you have to do is go ahead and go on to chat, then go to zone, or zone would probably be your best bet. You just like, hey, I'm looking for a fleet, and somebody will pick you up and send you an invitation. After that, you have locate temporal probes. Now, these you have to pay attention to. So, like this one, diplomatic orders. There's a temporal probe. Go through the entire map, or check online, or YouTube it to figure out where the location is. It took me at least 3 or 4 days to get them all. It's not incredibly hard. You just have to go through the entire map and pay attention. Keep your eyes open. It's relatively hard to miss because it looks almost exactly like the image that you see here. So yeah, but yeah, that's the temporal temporal recruitment agent that you can do. But Delta is pretty much the same. Klingon is the only one that's slightly different. Instead of probes, you have to take out aggressors, and it's relatively easy. You just take out an NPC that's attacking you. Jem'Hadar is a little bit more unique, whereas you have to play Jem'Hadar for 20 days, I think. I think it was, or no, or was it 24 hours? It was a ridiculous amount of time. You have to play Jem'Hadar for a certain period of time to unlock certain things, and it's a little bit tedious. Yeah, just keep that in mind when you do happen to start Jem'Hadar. You're not going to get everything right off the bat. You do have to wait, and once you unlock it, take advantage of it. Keep that character. Don't get rid of it, because it would be the worst mistake you ever make in your entire life. Once you make a Jem'Hadar, keep the Jem'Hadar. If you want to keep playing the Jem'Hadar, strongly suggest doing it. What I would suggest for new players is, let's see here, ship bundles. I think it was under, or was it expansion packs? Yeah. Go ahead and grab, where is it? Starter pack, I think it was. The Gamma Vanguard Starter Pack, which will give you the Vanguard Dreadnought Cruiser Tier 6, which is a decent ship. You'll get to play as a Jem'Hadar Vanguard, which isn't really that much different. It's just a stronger version of the regular Jem'Hadar. You get the tactical uniform, which I already had unlocked for some reason. Victory is Life title, and Plain and Simple. Those two don't matter. The uniform, not so much. The playable Vanguard species, kinda. But the big part is the Tier 6 Vanguard Dreadnought Cruiser, which will help quite a bit. That will help you start up. I believe it's only... I don't remember how much it was. I think it was about $10, $15 or so, maybe a little bit more than that. It's probably like 20 bucks. But yeah, that's really all I have left to say. So I hope you guys enjoy the game as much as I have. I would love and appreciate the jank. But yeah, if you have any questions about the game, I would strongly suggest seeking out some groups to talk to that have more experience than I do, or as of now. But yeah, that's all I got to really say right now. So, and with that said, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.